Yeah, what's up, y'all? Peace, love, and health. Peace, love, and health. Peace, love, and health to the highest. You see, have y'all ever blessed the highest? Have you ever said peace and love to the highest? Have you ever asked the highest or said to the highest, Shalom? You see, have you ever said Shalom to the highest? You see, you know, um, I was I was talking to this young man the other day, and he said to me, "Hey, OG, what you doing, man? You wanna come to the park with us, man?" I said, "No, I'm going to a park, but I'm not going to the one down there in the West End. And he said, "Shit, we ain't either. What park you going to?" I said, "Well, I'm going to talk to God." So he started laughing a little bit, and he showed me his book that he had. I'm going to talk to God. And he showed me his book, his instructions on how to talk to God. I'm saying God because this is the word that people understand. So, and I looked at him, I said, "Okay, right on." I said, "But I don't, I said, bro, uh, shit, I mean, you and your wife, y'all go ahead. You go to the park by yourself, man, and y'all talk to God." He said, "Nah, man, we just bored, man. We just trying to get a couple of people together and shit and just have a nice little time." And I said, "I know, man, but you caught me in the wrong space right now because anytime I get this feeling, I can't stop. I got to do exactly what I'm told to do." And he said, well, what verse are you going to read? You know what I'm saying, when you're talking to the Most High, what verse are you going to read, man? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can read it too. And I was, I didn't know what to say. You see, I didn't know how to respond to the young man and his wife. You see, I didn't know how to respond to them. You see, because I'm a natural being. You see, and when I came out the womb, the only person that was instructing me on how to do certain things on the outside was my parents. And the internal gift that was in me, I had to find that on my own and communicate with it on my own. You see? And a lot of it is hard if your parents haven't communicated with themselves. You see, and it's hard for them to, you know, talk about the things that's in you. You see, that you have to put out first. See, oftentimes there are people that's alive that have to pour that internal out first. You see, all the stench, everything, all the root shit, everything that's just horrific. You know what I'm saying? They can cause, some type of psychosis. You push these things out the way because these are the things that you would develop with in your world, because even though your parents was living, they didn't put nothing inside of you to talk to nature. You know what I'm saying? Or to talk to yourself out here. You understand what I'm saying? To talk to yourself out here. You see, they didn't put that in you. You see, and you can see how the parents, they're still doing it because people they don't know how to talk to things out here. They'll tell you to go inside, but they know how to reap out here. And it's not, it's other minds' creations. Not their creations, other minds' creations. They mimic what's already here on the outside. You see, they can't see the waters. They can't see the watery doors. You see, they don't know how to speak within the waters. They don't know how to talk within the waters. They don't know how to tell the waters to open up, tell the waters to close. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to go inside of these beings, these water heads, and talk to them. You see, you don't know how to talk. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to talk in the mucho. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to talk in the grande. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to talk with these things. You see? But you need instructions, because the contamination that was put inside of you, you see, the contamination that was put inside of you halted your natural self. You see, it halted that natural breath. You see, so when someone come up to you and say, I'm going to talk to God. You know, I'm going to the park to talk to God. And they tell you, what verse are you reading? Because they want to read it too. It hurts you. It hurts your heart. You see? It hurts your heart because you want to talk the language to your brothers and sisters. You want to speak their language. You see? You want to speak their language. You see? But this right here, this thing right here, this, it's alive. It's alive like the God I'm talking to. You see, the waters are alive. The clouds are alive. These particles are alive. All these things out here that's crushing people and that's burning them up from the inside. You see, it's alive. You see? Now you can bring these things to life from this book. You can bring them to life through your beliefs in it. You see, you will bring these things to life. You see? But then it will be anti. You understand? It would be, as soon as you bring these things to life and put it in you from reading down and studying, you see, not going out here. You see, not going out here. You see, you're reading down, so therefore, the things that you're receiving, see, you're going to put these things to work. You see, you're going to put these things to work. You see? So when you see a brother just simply talking to a blue jay, you see, and the blue jay is, you know, he's I mean, you know, whatever. He's just using his sound, you see, to respond to you, because you know its sound through the frequencies and waves. You know, you've been learning this for over 30 years, so it's like it's in you. You know how to listen to these sounds. You know these. You know how they blow their horns. You see, but when people see this, these beings that look down for God, they will say you crazy. They will say something is wrong. They will say you're not doing that. Unless they see a Caucasian doing it on television and he have his wildlife thing going and he have an accent, you know, and then they'll love him because, woo, he grabbed an alligator and shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you see what I'm saying? You know, you the wrong color, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You the wrong color. You see? This is what looking down is going to do. You see? And you know, sometimes I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't want to too much, you know, say things against the Bible because I can't. It's hard. It's hard for me because I know it's culture in it. You see, it's culture in it, and even though it's written in the English, even though the Bible is written in the English, it's a culture. It's an Asiatic culture that's inside of that book. You see, you know, it's close to Phoenician, so it's like I can't down this book because some Caucasian owned it for a while. You know what I'm saying? You know, hell, he learned from his father. You see, he learned the book, and he's showing you right now what the book gave him and his family. You see, what the book gave them. You see, and how they got all these nations. You see, or dominated all these nations. It's written in the book. All these things written in the book. You see, all these things are written inside of the text. You see, so all the things, the slavery, the pain, the hurting, you see, the abominations, the sins, the shins, you see, all these, whatever you want to call it, your Solomon Gomorrahs everywhere, all these things you want to call it, it's all written inside of the book. You see, it's all written inside of the book. So this is what you believe. So, where are your soldiers? Where are your soldiers? Where are your architects? You see? Where are your builders? You see, where are your police officers? You see, where are your doctors and lawyers? Where are these beings at? You see? Where are they? You see? Israelites. But where are they at? How come they can develop these things and come into power, but there's no root or anchor that we have? And we can't do that. You see the young men around in most cities, they see a police officer, they shaking their dice, making a little money from each other. You see, that's all they do, is shaking dice, gambling, however it may be. They see one or two cops, they all run, but at the same time they all strapped. You know, what's making them run? What's making them run for this being to have the same thing around his waist that you got up under your waist? What's making you run? Why are you docile? Was it the image of Caesar Borgia? You see? Well, what is it? Listen, like I said, I just want, you have to expand if you're going to read something and then say this is it. I'm not going to do no more because everything is here. You see? You're going to harm a whole lot of folks, man, that need your help. You see? Motherfuckers going to be coming out of portals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what the fuck they're saying. You know, they've been down there for 10 years helping your motherfucking asses up here. And you all don't know nothing about these things. You see, y'all have no motherfucking clue. And then when these motherfuckers come up, you know what I'm saying? And they can barely talk. They can barely see. They asking for your help. You see what I'm saying? These giants, these soldiers, they came, you just don't want to, you can't see them. You see, you can't see them. You see, these beings were arrested. You see, I was talking to one of my brothers. He said, man, I ain't know you've been in the penitentiary for 17 years. I said, where'd you get that from? He said, from your video. I said, bro, everything I say is straight spirit when I'm talking. It's all spirit, man. I was arrested in the year 2000, yes. And it was seven that had to go through this body of work for 17 motherfucking years without no books. I just needed a pen and a wall. A pen and a wall. You know what I'm saying? A pen and a wall. You see? And do my travels and do my movements. All these things that I was doing. You see what I'm saying? During that period of time. You see? These were the written words. These were the words. You see, these were the words. You see? You can see the word inside of the person's movements. You understand what I'm saying? See? It wasn't the scripts or the symbols. You see, so much. That's entertainment. That's that, that newsletters. You know what I'm saying? Like some people call it commentary. You see? And then you have your gospel, the gossip. You see, everybody liked the gossip. You see, let's just look at your television. I mean, your YouTube pages. Look, they're gossiping. They're gossiping. You see? Newsletters, gossiping, everybody is feeding people things. Everybody is feeding people, downloading shit in everybody's minds. You see? But listen, again, like I said in another video, I can never take that book, that beautiful cultural book, away from anybody, because I can't do that. You mean, hey, how can you? Only thing I'm saying is double that, triple that. You see, I said triple that. Just think in your head that when you go 60,000 feet up in the air, 60 miles up in the air, you're not seen. You're invisible. You're just you're smaller than the smallest particle. You see, you can't see a human being. Even at 30,000 feet, you can't see them. So think on that scale. You see? Think on that particular scale. When you think on scales like that, you're going to have to learn how to project. You're going to have to learn how to release yourself and go up in these spaces. And it's easy to do because the Most High put it in the minds of these people to give it to his children. You see, they already took photos. You see how they do it every day. All they have to do is use your mind, be creative, and see. Just see. You see? Just see. And then use that shit to see up there. And watch you manifest. You can watch a video from 30,000 feet up in the air looking down. You can watch a video of that, and your mind is so damn superior that your mind will give you the whole motherfucking circumference of the earth. No matter if it's circular, round, or no matter if it's a flat round disc, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. None of this. Hey, look, I ain't worried about none of this shit. I ain't fucking with mama. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, only thing I was saying to the brother. Man, when you show me that these letters, you see, in these verses, these letters and the numerals, just taking you to them. When you show me that these things move, you see, that they move, I can't, I don't know, I just can't. You see, I can't, because I'm a living being, and I'm attracted to living things. You see, and you had too many monsters touching this thing. You see what I'm saying? Doing all type of things to the world. You see? And now we got it back, and we trying to do the same thing that the motherfuckers that captivated us or enslaved us. We try to do the same thing that they doing because you read the same motherfucking book. You see? That's what they was reading. Everything that you're reading, that's what they was reading. You see? That's what they was reading. And they created nations upon nations through death, murder, mayhem, all these type things. So now, the white man is the devil. That's what we say. And he was reading the same book that you was reading. But here's the thing. What if you come into power? Picture yourself having as much power as this Caucasian. You see? Who's going to be your slave? So are you going to be the devil to them? You're going to be Satan to them? You see? So you want to be the lower part of the Most High. You want to be the anchor, the tail. So you want to be the tail. The tail. Just stay up. And the only way you're going to stay up, man, only way you're going to stay up if you study biolism, outside and inside. You see, outside and inside. You got to just figure out why these things love you so much. Why they love you so much. When you figure this out, I don't give a fuck who wrote a spiritual book or a book about the Most High. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care how much inspiration they had. You see, when you see this out here, there's nothing that can compare to bearing witness, you see, to the blooming of a lily. Nothing, no book, anything that's written by man that can compare to the blooming of a lily, the blooming of a tree. You see, nothing. You know, I just like to put the imagination of my father first, period. And my mother first, period. Because she mimics the power out here. You see, that's how you got here. Through her mimic. You see, and through his spirit. You see, your dad, you understand? The seed, you know, the cloud that came from the phallus. You see? You see? That don't make me not an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You know, that don't make me not an Israelite because I don't read a book. I don't read a book. You know, how dare you people? You know what I'm saying? It just icks me, man. It icks me. But if I say I'm Sumerian, you see, that's my real shit. If I tell you about the Nins, you see, and if I tell you, you know what I'm saying, you know, what this soldier looked like, you know, from the body of Nin. You see, from these Nins. If I tell you what this soldier looked like and what his name is, you see, you know, you know what? We've been here since the beginning of motherfucking time, and there is no motherfucking personal date. There's no motherfucking date in time that we was on this planet. There's no, man, we've been here all the time. We always been here. And motherfuckers always trying to come into power, and they always use some motherfucking literature to come into power. And they do it. They go straight through it. You know what I'm saying? They go straight through it. But for some reason, they can't fuck with water and air. Because that shit's still here and it's doing the same motherfucking thing. It ain't changed nothing. You know what I'm saying? They trying to kill it. But, one, y'all. I love you. Yeah.